Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a carbonated soft drink, which ironically is orange flavoured, but the brand name sounds like mango. So welcome back to the game. In the previous few episodes we were building this, and well, this is the Extreme Testing Initiative, and to put it bluntly, this is where, after building, we now disassemble it rapidly using violent methods. We will put this prison through its paces by introducing certain events and behaviours in the prisoners that may or may not form naturally, so things like prisoners wanting to escape, or rioting, or fighting, or all of them being armed. The setup is quite simple. We are coming up to 12 o'clock, and yeah, basically we are going to introduce certain behaviours. Let's go over to our staffing here. This is a mod that I'm running, and we're going to see what would happen if every single prisoner wanted to escape. So this is the instant jailbreak, and immediately the cameras, you can see, have flashed to point out that there is something wrong. And well, this is a good, useful tool to find out exactly where your weak spots are, because the prisoners are indeed going to run for the weak spots. Also, yeah, there's a tunnel that would almost got to the end there. So we have things like these prisoners here that are, at the moment, they're just fighting. They're not actually trying to escape. However, over here, we do have some prisoners who are... Oh, looks like they've picked up some... I think that's a trowel they've got there. Yeah, they've picked up a trowel. And, oh, right, okay, so the guards are doing their utmost to stop the prisoners, but we can see that a lot of these here are not only fighting each other, but also trying to break down that door. Let's have a quick look here. We can see that, yep, as you may expect, all the visitors are running away from the visitation, and we have a stream of these prisoners who are running, I'm guessing, towards here. Is that where they're going? Potentially. We also have, as we can see here, a couple of these high-risk / supermax inmates, and yep, one of them is escaping. That is Aston Rennie there, and they're able to probably run out that way. We've got prisoners who are, yes, breaking the door down. They've broke open this main door and then are heading down to the bottom here. This is where we were originally going to have an expansion, but they are now into the sort of green energy area, which includes, as you can see, solar wind hybrids, and they're also running over the solar panels. They're also carrying a lot of equipment. We've got a pair of shears there and a trowel, and yeah, the camera is still pointing this out, that they definitely have these things. Let's have a quick look here. I can see that most of the prisoners have been running down this way, so none of them were able to get out. There's no doors around there. Over here we do have Gareth Tapper, who is probably going to open this solitary door and then through here and then out, but we'll see about that one. We also have Andrew Wirtz, who is going to try and go that way, and surprisingly a lot more fatalities than I would have expected. We can see, there we go, there's the big swim. So we've got a couple of people swimming that way, and oh, good grief, it seems that Benjamin Chapman here is not a fan of other people escaping, because at the moment their main focus is fighting. They've hit Andrew Batty and indeed taken them out, and also knocked John unconscious, which they've probably drowned there. Okay, so 4 escapes it says today. Lots of people have run towards the entrances and exits here, but basically, where's that other escape? No, it's just over there. 5 escapes. The most successful escapes have been around here, south of the high risk area, and then also near the solar area here. We have people now going about their daily business. That's it. There's the end of it. So we've obviously got some people who've been fighting and escaping, but a lot of them have just went, no, we're just gonna get on with work. So yeah, that was curious. I wouldn't have thought that would have happened. Yeah, a lot of stuff was nicked from the flower garden when they went to fight, but this is the big weak spot here. It's 2 doors. And even though this is staff only, it's still only 2 doors. So what could we do to improve it? Well, immediately add another door would be the obvious one. Put another door here on a door server, because this part here is very rarely accessed anyway, so we don't really need to have easy access for the prisoners. We could even remove, to be honest, this large jail door. Just remove it entirely. We don't need to have access along this way and then down and out. Any work that needs to be done here, well, as you can see, they can just walk across this area here, so there's no real reason for that. As for this area, yep, this is a bit of a weak spot. We do have an armed guard patrolling here, which interestingly, obviously I didn't put on free fire, so we were just seeing what would happen, and yeah, the person went round and out. I'm guessing that this guard was, yeah, otherwise occupied elsewhere. Okay, so that was a thing, and also I can see that, yeah, we have stopped the death row inmate as well, and indeed the protective custody, who, for some reason, just wanted to smash the gym up. Huh. Okay, so we'll leave it there, and let's see what would happen if we, well, if we had a bit of a fight. So, once again, back on a similar time, maybe just about an hour beforehand, and, well, this time, instead of the prisoners trying to run away, we're going to have them fight. Not riot, that's slightly different, we're going to have them fight, and this means that, yeah, they're going to, good grief, it's just, as soon as you activate that, you get this this camera thing to say, yes, there's a problem. So, there we go. This is instant fight, and oh, I really don't think that spiritual leader is going to make it out. Well, they may, but they're going to leave more horizontally, I think, although apparently they've been, oh yeah, they've been healed by the guard. That just shows you how important it is to train up guards and give them the first aid training and things like that, as well as extra chevrons there and being promoted. So we have a riot in the chapel. Let me just check over here. We can see, yeah, a bit of fighting over there. We have, I'm guessing, a lot of fighting over here. Yeah, we have a lot of these inmates here who are just focused on smashing stuff up. So they're fighting in the yard, they're fighting in their cells. We have, oh, we have a lot of people fighting in the kitchen, in the canteen, and also where they've taken over the chapel, where there was a group of prisoners. You can see that they are trying to take on a lot of these guards, but these guards are highly trained and obviously have been promoted as well. So deliberately not ordering guards around. We can see, oh, we've got a lot of fighting in the laundry there, and also Tom Bezic, I think it is. Yeah, they picked up a piece of glass, a shard of glass, I think, and had started to maul stuff. And three unconscious guards, but without any interference or telling, without any interference or telling the guards to go anywhere, they've managed to come along, heal up people. I mean, we're going to need a mop, but that's, yeah, that's pretty much done with. Again, surprising. I would have thought there'd have been a lot more violence. I mean, it was very violent, but let's have a quick look. 4 deaths in the last 24 hours. Considering every single prisoner, all, at the time, 95 of them, were immediately started to fight, I'm very surprised about that. You can see a couple of them are still trying to fight. I don't know why they're trying to fight there. Maybe they're trying to escape. And there's still the odd one around here. But nothing to worry about. Okay. That's somewhat comforting that we do have the security available to sort of take care of any outbreak like that. Interesting. So we saw a little bit of a riot there, and that was mainly in the chapel and in the laundry, and, well, that is probably going to be extended across the whole prison when indeed we tell them to riot. So this is, yeah, 80-odd prisoners rioting. Immediately that goes down a bit as some of them immediately give up. It's based on their traits and such. We can see that on the top left this is starting to be taken over. We have the chapel taken over, the visitation taken over, the workshop taken over, basically anywhere where we have a lot of prisoners. Indeed, this cell block here, this sort of luxurious cell block, yeah, okay, fine, fine. And riots in the high-risk area as well. Obviously, this is staffed with a lot of guards, and immediately the riots went down to 40. So, yeah, we have lots of fighting in the canteen, lots of fighting in the chapel, lots of fighting, strangely, around outside the laundry. So this is probably where people have been walking past or working in the laundry. We have who's this? Jerk McGurk here, who, as far as I can tell, is armed with a bucket of salt. That's the salt shaker. Yeah, and that's That's a thing, is it? Now you can arm yourself with that. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to take that to the face, bucket of salt or anything like that. Or maybe they can feed it to you and, you know, you'll dehydrate or something. But yeah, it's not the first choice, I guess, for weapons, but I guess the prisoners are taking what they can get. There's one death, which is being around here. That is, snitching ex-law enforcement. So that was probably going to happen anyway, regardless of the riot. But again, we are down to 12 prisoners who are rioting. We have not told the guards to go anywhere. We have not initiated any guard responses or done any free fire. None of that. Wow. That is definitely taken over. Alright, let's try something. Let's go for... We don't need to do it, because it's right underway full prisoners, but a lot of this is taken over. We could easily get this back ourselves. However, let's go to emergencies. And let's see about elite team ops. Now, you can't do it when there's a helicopter still on the pad, which is why it is useful to have either multiple helipads on the same island or scatter the helipads around, just so we can bring in some more stuff. So I'm going to bring in an elite ops team. It costs $3 grand to do. I'm just waiting for the helicopter to go, and there we go. There is our elite ops team, and we can see that yeah, the helicopter's coming down. And where is it going to go? It has placed itself here. So there is the helicopter, and then the door will open up. Maybe. Let's move it around. Can we land it right in the yard? I think so. Land helicopter. On our deploy squad. Can we deploy squad from here? Deploy squad. There we go. So, yeah, the rope comes down and go, 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 go. They come down from that thing, and then they'll start to basically clear out. So I'm not ordering these. This elite team is just going wherever it needs to go. And these guys do not take no for an answer. Okay, there you go. But we can order them around. Let's put them in... I mean, I was going to say maybe in the workshop, but I think it's pretty much dealt with. We've got no rioting on the go. We've got no area that's been taken over. Rioting over there, Richard Wilson. Is one person shouting a riot? Yeah, I don't think we're too concerned with that one. Okay, so that is the riot. Again, not too surprising in what they did, but it was a surprise on how effective the staff on site were at dealing with it. And again, only one death and no escape. You can't... I mean, yes, you can do better, but not much better. Alright, let's introduce certain behaviours and items into the facility, and this is... it's utterly ridiculous. Okay, so we've had prisoners do a jailbreak, we've had them fight, we've had them riot, but now what would happen if all of those were pretty much combined together on top of every single person being armed? Well, there's only one way to find out, and there we go. So, obviously the CCTV goes absolutely nuts, and we can see that all of the prisoners are armed with something. So we have revolvers, we have submachine guns, we have shotguns, we have trundling here. Got the sort of short straw on that one. We've got drills, we've got sniper rifles over there. In fact, if we keep looking around, we may also see some prisoners armed with, well, all manner of equipment. Yeah, shotguns, SMGs. And yeah, let's unpause it and see what happens. And oh, good grief! So this is basically down to their behaviour. They might want to use these weapons to try to escape. They may want to use them to just initiate copious amounts of ultra-violence or whatever. I'm not too sure why there's so many delinquents hanging around this common room. Oh, that's the sort of scared straight type thing, isn't it? 15 deaths so far, going upwards. Obviously, we have not yet told any of the guards to do anything in terms of free fire or moving them around. We can see that we do have... Oh, We do have Donald Taylor here, who was fighting this armed guard. They feel threatened when they get to a certain health. Even if free fire is off, they will just start, utilising that weapon. Okay, this chapel looks like a scene from Kingsman. It's... Oh yeah, that's not going well. Where else have we got this? Well, we've got a riot here. Where is the riot? Have a quick look up here. We've got... Yeah, this is some riot here. And what are they armed with? What are they armed with? A snowball? What is that? Psychologist required to show needs. Has our psychologist been taken out? It is possible. Maybe they were running a program of some kind. But again, not asked the guards to go anywhere, not told them to move or anything. But we are going to call in some elite ops. So I need to get rid of the helicopter. Actually, we're going to bundle all of these delinquents and the guests back on the helicopter. Let's dismiss the vehicle, which has dismissed it without all of the delinquents on, because of course it has. So, the helicopter has chosen to come over here. I am going to move the helicopter over to here, so that's fine. And then we're going to deploy the squad and go, go, go. We can see once again they're going to drop down and they will decide where they need to go. I don't know why they've got loads of, they've got like shades and eye patches on. It's an interesting sprite choice there, isn't it, for them, and bandanas as well, I think. So the elite ops is going to basically stop any of these. Let's go in here. We're just going to try and remove any of the rioting that's currently ongoing. So this guy's going to go in, and we've got someone at the bottom there who's armed with a revolver, and it looks like the elite ops has chosen to, yeah, not talk it out, I think would be the best term. And although that's strange, although this elite ops was armed with an AR and the prisoner was armed with a pistol, looks like the prisoner's got the better of them, because the elite ops is running away and this guy's chasing after them. Okay. And again, there's Paul Slater there that's managed to take out the elite ops. Wow. Maybe that's why the guys were running off. They weren't really running away from here, more trying to back up their squad mate in this area. Let's bring them back. I don't know where they've gone. Oh, they went to the infirmary. Okay. So this is a bit of an issue because I would like some air paramedics. Oh, I can get air paramedics. Can I get more elite ops? No, I can't. So this is, I think, reinforcing... Oh, there's the snowball arm person again. I think it's, yeah, definitely enforces what a lot of people have mentioned, is that the facility would certainly benefit from more helipads. A helipad over here would be nice to bring in the inmates, or, well, the death row inmates and that sort of thing. And also another helipad on the main island, just so we can bring in multiple elite ops teams or anything like that. If any sort of emergencies, basically. We still have rioting over here. What about over in this area? No, that's pretty much dealt with. Again, they've smashed up the arcades. Why would you do that? Looks like this prisoner was stashing an AR in their toilet. Don't know how you bend that round the round the U-bend or put it in the system, but hey ho. So our air paramedics, they are around anyway. I've told them to go around here, but they should be heading around and automatically healing people. We can see that we've got, yeah, a couple of the elite ops teams need to deal with whatever. But that's pretty much it. Okay, we have seen prisoners try to escape. We've seen them fighting, we've seen them rioting, and we've seen them being given all manner of weapons and tools, and then they're free to do whatever they want with them. In this particular case, they have chosen violence. 30 prisoners have died within the past 24 hours. No escapes, though. This is not a behaviour you would see naturally inside the prison unless you're doing something really wrong. Realistically, though, you would... Sorry, I just got distracted. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to need maybe a little bit more solitary for the amount of prisoners that we have and considering their behaviours. But no, unless you dramatically ignored all of the signs, all of the weapons, and got the danger level to max out, and then have that sort of trigger where everybody kicks off at once, this is something you will not naturally see within the facilities that can be created. But it is a useful tool to see where the weak spots are. We know that it's a fairly secure facility. This is the main weak spot around here, and indeed around here. We could probably do with, I think, actually a sniper tower. A guard tower there would protect both this side and this side. I say protect, it would discourage prisoners swimming out and, well, if nothing else, stop them escaping. But, you know, there'd be a lot of wash up on the next morning. Yeah, so it is a useful tool. And secondly, some people just like to see what would happen if it just kicked off. And, well, if that's been of some interest to you, then there you go. That's been a bit of a prison architect and a bit of the extreme testing initiative. We're pretty much done with this facility. There's the odd changes we could make here and there. I know people have requested for expansion, but for various reasons, mainly the issues with the ferries and such, we're not going to be expanding any further. And we've seen a lot of what this sort of build can have in terms of what it offers. So we've got death row, which wasn't originally planned. We've got a separate protective custody area, a sort of nice, more luxurious set of cell blocks, and indeed a sort of high risk and legendary area over on the right hand side, and obviously with a lot of amenities and other extras like the flower garden and the meeting room, and lots of rehabilitation. We really try to focus on that in this series. Let me just dismiss both of the special special emergency services there. So yeah, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect, and the takeaway is remove that door, put a guard tower here, and then put a couple more helipads. But other than that, I don't think there's really much to do, and certainly we won't be spending much more time on it. If you want to see more Prison Architect, then by all means let me know, and in terms of what sort of things you want to do, and whether it be high risk or low risk. We've done gangs quite a bit, so not too sure if that's another choice. There's been a lot of requests to do criminally insane. I tend to steer away from it. It's not really my cup of tea. But we'll see how things get on. By all means, comments in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.